Okay, looks like we are live. Can everybody hear me? Anybody? Anybody hear me? Hello? Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. This is my first live stream, so bear with me. I'm just kind of getting the hang of everything. There's a lot of places to look. Trying to keep up with your comments. Thank you, Jamie. Happy anniversary. Let's see. So, yeah, this is my 10-year anniversary. So I thought I would just, hey, Chris is here. Hi, Carissa. Uh, I thought I would come on. I was trying to think of something to do to mark my 10-year anniversary, and I've never done a live stream. So I thought that might be a good idea. And I figured I could answer some questions if anybody has any questions, or I could just blab about me, I guess. Let's see. Looking for questions. I don't think I see a question yet. So I guess I'll just blab about me for a while. Uh, oh, why am I so cool? I don't know. I was just born that way. Um, would I consider recording an audiobook? I've gotten that comment a lot over the years, and yes, I would, but I have zero idea how to do that or how to even get into that field. What would be your favorite tools? Um, Probably the scraper that I've been using for years. Um, Thank you, Jay, for the congrats. That's Jay from Flipping Drawers is here. You all probably watch this channel too. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments and then do this, but I'm doing my best here. But anyway, the tools. My favorite tool is probably the scraper, the carbide scraper that I've been using for years. I don't really use a lot of tools. That's probably the tool that I've used the most. Um, and people do ask me sometimes what tools they need to get into refinishing furniture, and there's really very little that you need. At least if you're doing it like I'm doing it. I use let's see, I use the scraper and then utility knife, cheap sander. That's I don't know. That's most of it. I have a table saw that I use maybe like once a year. So, all right, I'm going to try to keep up with some of these questions here. Um, I watched for years, and I kept my face hidden. What made you show your face? I started doing that about 2 years ago, and it just was because I felt like um, let's see, it was just I was limiting myself too much. There was too much stuff that I couldn't do because I wasn't showing my face. So I figured just start doing it, and here I am now. Uh, what do you do for a living? Well, it was mostly YouTube, but that's kind of a whole other topic that I was maybe going to talk about. Uh, when I first started doing the YouTube channel, I had a day job. I had an office job. I worked uh, in a cubicle, and I hated it. But I was doing the YouTube channel at the same time, and the YouTube channel started really taking off. This was probably around 2018 or 19. So I decided I could quit my office job that I hated, and just do YouTube. And then, of course, right after I did that, my channel started going downhill. My stats, my views started going down. They peaked in 2021, I think. So I had a few good years there, and then they started slowing down, which means that the revenue starts slowing down. So, which means that I'm not really making much of a living. So that's a whole other discussion. So I'm trying to get into selling furniture because the way it used to work is I would just refinish a piece of furniture in my video, and then I would just donate it or give it away or keep it because it wasn't worth that much, and the video was worth really more than the piece of furniture was. But that's not the case anymore. I'm not making nearly as much as I used to off the video revenue, so I want to try to start selling stuff again and or refinishing for other people, which is something I haven't done much of. So, thank you again, Jay. That was very generous of you. What record album is behind you? I think that one over there, that is a Pete Seeger, really old Pete Seeger record. It's a like a banjo instructional thing that he did a long time ago. The thing over here, that's not an album. That's a book. That's a guitar instructional book. Do I keep everything or resell? That kind of goes back to what I was saying. I used to either keep it or donate it or give it away, but now I'm trying to get into selling because I need the money because the videos aren't really making money anymore. The candlelight stain color was the best thing I've ever learned. Yeah, that's candlelight. That's the General Finishes gel stain in candlelight, and um, I've used a lot of that. I probably sold a lot of candlelight gel stain for General Finishes. Uh, that and antique walnut. So when I use stain, it's usually for like the past 5 years has been General Finishes candlelight gel stain or antique walnut gel stain. And sometimes I mix them both together. Sometimes that's just what I need. Let's see. Is there a difference in wood filler qualities, brands? Um, as far as wood filler goes, the only filler I've really ever used is Timbermate. I think it's an Australian company. It's a water-based filler, and it's great. I've used some of the other stuff that you can get at like I don't know Home Depot or something, and it's I guess they're decent, but I really like the Timbermade, and it comes in all kinds of colors too, which is a plus. Let's see here. Uh, do I get along well with the guy who restores guitars? He sure comments on your Instagram posts a lot. Yes, I do. And of course, that would be me, which brings up another thing. I have another YouTube channel called Dashner Guitars. And if you want to check that out, it's as far as subscriber count goes, it's way smaller than this furniture channel. I think I only have 10,000 subscribers there, and I have 300,000 on the furniture channel. But the guitar channel, this is one of the weirdnesses of YouTube. My guitar channel has been getting way multitudes more views in the past few months or the past year probably than my furniture channel has, even though it only has 10,000 subscribers to the 300,000 on the furniture channel. So I don't know why. So subscriber count is kind of meaningless these days on YouTube, it seems like. Okay, so uh, good morning from Adelaide, Australia. Thanks for thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Do you have any other hobbies, interests? Like I was saying, guitar. I play guitar. I boy, it's got to be something else. I just started bike riding, doing kind of long distance bike riding, which is I love. Um, I don't know. Like being outside, not doing anything in particular. I like old cars. I kind of like anything mechanical. So old cars, even though I don't have one at the moment, but old cars, sewing machines. Uh, Again, not that I really know how to fix sewing machines. I have one from one of my videos, a couple of videos ago, that I've been wanting to learn how to use. Um, Electronics, I do a lot of fiddling with guitar amplifiers, things like that. So that's some stuff there. Let's see. It's especially nice today in Minnesota, isn't it? Yeah, this is very nice today. Hi from Norway. Do you like Scandinavian style furniture? Yeah, I do. I don't have much of it, and I think it's especially popular here in Minnesota, where I am, because there are a lot of Scandinavian people here, or people who are of Scandinavian descent. And there are some shops around here that specialize in selling and restoring Scandinavian furniture. But I just, for some reason, I don't find it very much. So I haven't had much of my own. Uh, doo-doo-doo. Let's see. Mid-century modern is my favorite. What is your favorite furniture company? Uh, let's see. If I had to pick one out of the ones that I've worked on, I'd probably choose Drexel. I I think I've worked on quite a few Drexel pieces, and they've really all always been really well put together, and just the construction is really good. Um, and I'm talking about mid-century Drexel furniture. So yeah, I would go with Drexel. Are you in a band? Yes, I am. Uh, Currently in a band called Big Salad, and we're a cover band, a local acoustic trio. And I should have put a link in a description for our socials and all that. Maybe I'll do that later. But if you search, I think Big Salad MN from Minnesota, you'll probably find it. Hello from Manhattan, Kansas. Hello. Thanks for sharing my videos. I'm trying to go back through the questions, backtrack through ones I've missed. What is the oldest piece of furniture I've worked on? Um, I don't know how old it was, but I was probably the oldest. There was a dresser that I found on the side of the road maybe a couple of years ago. I did a video on it. The video did pretty well. And it was all handmade. It was in really bad shape, but it was solid walnut. And I think I did a part one video for that. It was a two-parter. Well, it was supposed to be a two-parter. I never did part two. And that's because I started running into so many issues with it, and to the point where it seemed like it wasn't really worth even trying to fix, because it didn't really have any value. It was old, but didn't it wasn't like a style of furniture that's has any value. So I ended up I didn't throw it out. I took it apart and I kept the walnut. And one of these days I'm going to do something with that walnut. How old was it? I don't know. I'd guess maybe 100 years. Hi from Liverpool. Hello. I've been there to Liverpool a long time ago. I liked it. It was great. Um, okay, let's see. I'll go back farther here. Da. Do you like being on camera now? You weren't for so long. Sort of. It. I I guess I'm fine with being on camera, but it's difficult shooting everything myself to be on camera because I have to be. It's hard to set up a shot with me in front of the camera without me behind the camera looking at that shot. So I end up not being. I still not being on camera very much, except for my hands. But it's not so much because I don't want to be. It's just because it's just technically difficult. I have merch, by the way, if you're interested. There should be links at the bottom somewhere. Uh, let's see here. Oh, thank you, Charles. It looks like. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Um, and I am happy that my videos have helped you. It's great to hear. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for watching. Um, many people suggest in the comments of you doing an anti-anxiety channel. You're compared to Bob Ross. Thanks for your calming videos. That's great to hear. When I first started doing this, um, the one thing I knew I didn't want to do is kind of contribute to all the noise in the world. So I didn't want them to be noisy, in your face videos. Um, so and actually, I didn't even talk in my first few videos because I figured nobody would want to hear my voice. And then I started talking, and that like became the most common comment is how much people enjoyed listening to me speak, which was blew my mind. I never expected that. So yeah, I'm glad that people find them calming. Greetings from Chile. Thanks for being here. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see. So I think I'm caught up on questions. Uh, so just for a minute, I'll just blab about myself a little bit. Since it is my 10-year, I don't have the Ross hair, unfortunately. I wish I did. Bob Ross hair. Uh, so yeah, I've been doing this 10 years, and I started just kind of on a whim because I was already restoring the furniture. I had a booth in a vintage shop that I rented. So I was restoring the furniture, and I started watching YouTube and seeing people doing all this kind of DIY stuff on YouTube. So I thought, oh, maybe if I'm already restoring the furniture, what if I just throw a camera up while I'm doing it and put it on YouTube, see what happens? And it was really slow for, I don't know, the first year or two. Uh, but I kept doing it. I kept putting the videos up, and it just kind of started to take off. It was not an overnight thing for me though. It seems like some channels, YouTube channels I see these days, they just take off like overnight, practically, and they all of a sudden they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're huge. But it wasn't like that for me. It took years, and it wasn't until about, I think, 5 years into it that I was able to quit my. Well, actually, how it worked was I was just restoring furniture and selling it in the vintage shop. I didn't have any other job, trying to make that work, but it didn't work because I'm a terrible salesman. Uh, so I ran out of money. I had to go back to the office job, and then sorry, I'm getting distracted by trying to read the questions and talk at the same time. Um, so I had to go back to the office, which was terrible. But while I was at the office job, the channel really picked up, and I was able to finally quit the office job. But I may need to go back to the office job now. I don't know, because it's really slowed down a lot, for me at least on YouTube. Tell us about the bookcase behind you. Um, that one there, that is one that I restored. I had a video on that. It's one of those stacking, I think they call them barrister bookcases, and I love it. And so that's an example of something I kept, and I didn't try to sell it because it is worth some money, not a terrible amount, but the video did well enough that I made enough money off the video. I didn't feel like I had to sell that to make it worthwhile. So, and I really like it, so I kept it. Um, doo-doo. How about more of your fun video intros? I On that note, I get comments sometimes, and just recently actually, from people who like that I don't have music in my videos, and want me to keep not having music in my videos. But I actually have had some music in my videos. I have my side project, my band called Dash Nerd, and I've done a few songs just for fun under the Dash Nerd name, and I've used them in videos. But again, those videos, like a lot, most of my videos nowadays, haven't got many views, so a lot of people probably haven't seen that. But I think that's maybe what the fun video intros is referring to. But yeah, so I may have music in my videos in the future. Not annoying, hopefully not annoying music, not like constant music, but just for fun because I am a musician and I get tired of making the same video over and over and over again. So there may be some music coming. What camera gear do you use? Hmm. I have a. It's not in here, but I have a Sony. I think it's A7 III. It's probably like 4 years old by now. And then I have a microphone that I'm using right now. I guess you can kind of see it right here. It's a Rode something. I don't want to move it now because it's kind of perfectly placed, but it's nothing fancy. It's just, I guess, like a little shotgun mic by Rode, and that's it. I just have one camera. Um, then I use Premiere Pro to edit. Let's see. Thank you. Hello, congrats on your 10th anniversary. Thank you. Where are some good spots around the Twin Cities to get secondhand mid-century furniture? And do I sell any of my restored pieces? Um, so they're asking about spots in the Twin Cities. Twin Cities, for those of you not in Minnesota, is the Minneapolis and St. Paul area of Minnesota, which is where I live. So good spots around there, and I guess this might apply to other places, at least in the United States. There aren't really any good spots anymore, honestly, which is another part of the, I don't know, difficulty lately I've had in making videos. Because when I first started making videos, I would go into a thrift store. This is like 2015 ish. I'd go into thrift stores multiple times a week and practically always find something great. Now it's never, never, never find anything great. Uh, but having said that, where do I go? Where do I try? I go to Savers, thrift stores, Unique, um, Habitat for Humanity. That's probably where I go the most. I don't go to Goodwill much because at least the ones around here don't really carry much furniture anymore. So I don't even bother with that. But I don't know. I check Craigslist sometimes. I check Marketplace on Facebook. But that's a nightmare, at least for me, to navigate. I don't understand. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I have a really hard time finding anything on Facebook Marketplace. Although I have found a few things. Uh, but let's see. Yeah, that's really it. Oh, well, garage sales. In the summertime, estate sales. If you can find unlisted, unadvertised estate sales. I don't bother going to the estate sales that are online, like on estatesales.net or anything, because they're like, it's just too much competition. They're just, it's too overwhelming for me. And you have to get there at like 3 a.m. and stand online to get anything. So I like to find the ones that are unadvertised, just like the family running it, maybe cleaning out grandma's house or something. There's no estate sale company involved, and you just kind of have to get lucky and you drive and by and see the sign, and those are great. Um, I wish there were more flea markets around here. There's one that I know of in the suburbs. I haven't been to probably like at least a year because again, I really didn't never found anything there. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. And then this looks like Jamie was also asking, do you happen to sell any of your pieces? Um, my answer to that used to be no most of the time, but it's getting to be more and more yes because I have to replace the revenue that I'm no longer getting from the videos because I don't know if I've made that point enough yet, but my views have gone down so much on my channel for my videos that I'm not making much in terms of ad revenue, and I don't get sponsors. Well, except for like I had two, maybe two or three last year, and I've done nothing since then. So I'm relying completely on the ad revenue. So I'm trying to sell more stuff. So yes, um, I am, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that because I guess I could put it on my Facebook page, but I have I think 37,000 followers on my Facebook page, but it's kind of like YouTube. I don't think any of them actually see anything I post. Like I don't, maybe 1% of my 300,000 subscribers see anything that I post. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I'm gonna have a dining table and 6 chairs ready, hopefully soon, maybe this week. So if you're in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul area, keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace because I might be putting it there. Not under Dashner though, because I don't think business pages can do that. So it would be under my name. But yeah, I don't think you can search by name either, and you probably don't know my name either. So that's another thing I should introduce myself because in 10 years I've never actually told anybody officially my name. Because my name's not Dashner isn't my name. My last name is DeGennaro and my first name is Steven. So understandably, most people who watch my videos think my name's Dashner, which I totally understand, and I have no problem with people calling me Dashner. I like it, the name, which is why I used it. I mean, I like my own name too, but I like that name. And that's actually my mother's maiden name. That's where that came from. So it would probably, if I put it on Facebook, it would be under my own name. Uh, I don't know. But then I might also try consigning it in a shop. I don't know yet. So my answer to that is kind of I don't know. If you're local, just keep an eye on Marketplace or just email me. You can always email me with any questions. dashnerdesign@gmail.com. Okay. So, have you considered Patreon? Yes, I have Patreon. So, that's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up. Should be a link in the description of all my videos for my Patreon page. If anyone's interested in that, uh, I'd love to have you there. So on Patreon, I post mostly like short, kind of behind the scenes videos. Um, and yeah, so check that out. It's just another income stream for me. It's not very large right now. I'd love it if I could really build a large community there because then I could actually get my and like even start posting full videos there because then I could get my videos straight to people who actually want to see it as opposed to putting it on Facebook or YouTube and just hoping that somebody who's into it might see it because my subscribers don't see it generally. Uh, let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm reading the questions. You could create a shorts channel posting pieces for sale. Yeah, I guess I could, but then I'd probably get a lot of people from out of town, and I don't know if I want to get into shipping furniture yet. But maybe I should. I don't know. Let's see. Doo. Google really messed things up with the algorithm because a lot of people are having issues with views. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't understand how the algorithm works. I don't. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I don't understand how it works. All I wish if I had one, if I could speak to the algorithm, Mr. Algorithm, all my only request would just be, just please show my videos to each of my 300,000 subscribers. That's all I ask. That's all I want. Simple request. Because they signed up because they like what they see. Just and I know a lot of people don't have their notifications turned on, but still, I mean, I get suggested videos every day on YouTube for channels I'm not subscribed to. So you could just suggest it to people. Uh, let's see. I think you're the one of the best furniture channels out there. Thank you. Motortown Curiosities. Have you ever considered making your own furniture from scratch, doing woodworking? Yes, and I have done that. I did a video where I built a table and nobody watched it, so I didn't try it again. Uh, but I'd like to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Sometimes I feel like I have too many interests, too many things I want to do. Let's see. So I spoke about how I got started. I think I was talking about that. So I was originally, it was 2015. I had a booth I was renting in a vintage shop, and I was restoring furniture and trying to sell it, but it wasn't working. And I ran out of money. I had to go back to the office. Meanwhile, I was still making videos, and eventually took off to the point where I was making enough from YouTube where I could quit my job. But then, like, not long after I quit my job, the YouTube views started going down, 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 and they've been going down ever since. But I'm still here in some, and I don't know. Trying to stay around here, posting when I can and when it makes sense. Just trying to figure out what my future on YouTube is if I have one. Um, Maybe it would help if you schedule the video that I'm uploading. And I have tried that. I've done premieres, and it's worked fine, but there was no difference in the amount of views that I got. Um, Must leave. Bye. Bye. Cram Furs One. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Etsy shop says Jojo. I did actually. I think I now that I think about it, I think I have it. Etsy shop. Uh, it probably still exists from like 10 years ago. Um, I stopped doing that. I don't remember why. I think because I wasn't selling anything, but I guess I could try it again. Um, Thank you, Custom One. That was very generous of you. Would love to see more content on your other YouTube channel. I would like to see more content there too. That's my guitar channel, Dashner Guitars. Um, but um, I just haven't had any good material for that because it feels like the bar has really been raised, at least for the videos I do, where I have to do something really, really crazy for it to get views. Like I can't just, I don't know, on my furniture channel. I can't just refinish a dining table. I tried that. My last video was that. It was a pretty extreme before and after. It was a wreck when I got it, and it was gorgeous afterwards, but it got practically no views. And the same thing for the guitar channel. I have to find something that's really gonna blow people away, or else it's not gonna get any views, and then I won't get paid for it, and then I'll have wasted weeks. So yeah, but I would, if I find something worth making a video about, I'll definitely do it. I have this is a good question. I have three 1970s. Oh, I like scroll back. Three 1970s Ethan Allen Georgian Court traditional solid cherry two-piece bookcase units. I'm thinking of breaking them down for the wood. Good or bad idea? They are in good shape, just not my style. Um, this may be unpopular opinion, but I would say, yeah, break them down for the wood because it's just not a popular. Ethan Allen was good stuff back then. I've had some Ethan Allen pieces, and they're really well made, but there's not really much market for them. Not much interest in them unless it's going to be somebody who's going to buy it to paint, which is fine. Whatever keeps it out of the landfill. But uh, yeah, I mean, if you were asking if you should break them down and throw them out, I would say no. But if you're going to break them down for the wood and use the wood, sure, why not? Make something that you like. Table came out fantastic. Thank you, Lisa Biggs. Appreciate that. And that table is what I was speaking about earlier. The dining table is going to be for sale, hopefully very, very soon. Let's see. I rarely see your videos pop up. Maybe your videos don't get seen because you're not making as many videos. Thank you for saying that because I want to talk about that. Something is off on your algorithm. So maybe your videos don't get seen because you're not making as many videos. I get that comment from a lot of people, like other YouTubers and viewers. But the thing is, I didn't cut down my upload schedule. Um, no, what am I trying to say here? I stopped uploading as many videos as I used to because my views were going down. So my views were going down before I changed my upload schedule. Not that I never had a specific schedule, but it was generally like every 2 weeks. Um, and I stopped doing it. I went down to maybe once a month or less because the views were going down. So it was the views that went down first. It wasn't I didn't stop making videos and the views went down. So I don't it's not a result of me not putting up enough videos. I mean, sure, maybe if I put a video up every week for a few months, it might eventually start picking up. But first of all, I don't see how if I unless I was making this kind of video, if I'm just sitting in front of the camera talking, sure, I can make a video a week, but I don't see how I could make a video a week restoring a piece of furniture that somebody would actually want to see every week. I just don't see how I could do that. And then what if it doesn't pick up? Then I've spent months making a video every week and losing money on every video. So thank you though for the suggestion, but I don't think that's the answer. Um, let's see. Could you make some more playlists? I guess I didn't know people actually even watch playlists. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need more playlists. I know I have one that I started years and years and years and years ago when I was doing, uh, well, I pretty much every video I called thrift store rescue, and I was numbering them. So I know I have a thrift store rescue playlist that I haven't updated in years. But I don't know. I guess I could do a playlist. I could try it. Um, let's see. how much time do I put into a typical video? It's usually about 2 weeks, um, to actually restore the piece, film it, um, edit it, do a voiceover. It's usually about, what it takes. So, I wish I could do more videos just like this, just sitting in front of the camera. That would be great. I could do 2 videos a week. This is what I was doing. Thanks for the peaceful time watching. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you find it peaceful. That's what I'm hoping. Like I said, I don't want to add to the noise. There's already too much noise out there. Um, seen that YouTube prefers shorter videos. Who knows? I mean, I've heard it all. I've heard that you need to do longer ones. Need to do shorter ones. I've tried it all, and none of it seems to make any difference. But thanks for the suggestion. Are you located in Minnesota? Yes, I'm from St. Paul, and every time I watch one of your videos showing snow, it makes me homesick for Minnesota. How does the cold change your process? Well, I have a lot of videos where I'm refinishing stuff outside in the snow because I don't actually have a shop. That's another thing. I don't have a workshop, although I want one now. It's been 10 years, and I'm kind of done with working out in the snow. So I am looking for a local heated shop that I can use that I can afford. And then maybe I could get more videos out that way if I actually had a dedicated workspace. And I don't know. So the cold definitely changes my process because everything, any kind of liquid that you're using is generally affected somehow by the cold. Um, Especially like, I don't know, polyurethane. It doesn't usually dry as quickly if it's cold. So it changes it a lot, and it changes it. So I don't work as quickly when it's cold either. Uh, let's see. Sorry, I was reading a comment and then it skipped. Okay, there it is. Put out a couple of shorts for each video in addition to the main video. I have done that. I have some shorts. I think I have some that have, or at least one that has millions of views, but it doesn't do anything. The people, they watch it. It's just people scrolling. They watch it and then they leave and they never come back. And I don't really, and YouTube doesn't pay very much for shorts either. So I don't get benefit much from it at all. YouTube does. Seal, hey dude, I'm relatively new here, but I love your work. Thank you. Thanks for coming. This is my first live stream you're catching after 10 years. How about a collab with some other channels? I guess I could do that. Again, I don't know how it would help my views. I think I've done that. Have I done that? I don't remember now. No, I don't think I have. My apologies to if I did and I'm forgetting whoever I collaborated with. I don't think I did. Uh, I don't know. One of the problems uh, I've been having, and I think I brought this up with the whole thrift store thing, is it's really hard to find stuff for me to work on because my channel from the beginning has been mostly mid-century modern based, and I'm fine working on other styles if it's something that I like, and um, that I think my viewers would watch. But I don't know. You get into that thing where, like a lot of people say, oh, you got to stick with what you started with on YouTube, what got you successful. So I feel like I'm gonna maybe have to stick with mid-century modern, or else nobody's gonna watch it. But I don't know. So, but it's really hard to find mid-century modern stuff these days in thrift stores, garage sales, because it's so much of it's just been scooped up already. So that's another difficulty I've been having. Uh, Let's see. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I'm considering finishing. Reading a comment here. Got a hardwood table. Considering finishing it with Danish oil and then oil-based polyurethane. So you're considering putting Danish oil on and then oil-based polyurethane, which I think is kind of redundant. So Danish oil, it's basically it's like an oil and varnish or oil and poly mix, and it gets absorbed into the wood and then dries in the wood. So it's not so much a film finish where it dries on top of the wood, unless you put enough on. If you keep putting it on, it'll build up eventually. But the way most people use it, you just put on one or two applications and then it gets into the grain and it hardens in there. Whereas polyurethane is a film finish where it mostly sits on top. But if you're going to use the polyurethane at the end, I wouldn't bother with Danish oil. I don't see the benefit of doing that. I think the reason people use Danish oil is because they want it's kind of the unfinished look because it doesn't leave a film on it. It looks kind of mostly unfinished, and actually, it could. That's one of my problems with Danish oil is it can look kind of dull sometimes. Um, but yeah, I would just skip Danish oil and just do the polyurethane. I don't so because that's the Danish oil is just not really needed at that point. Let's see. Hola. Oh, I just lost my comment again. Sorry, it keeps jumping. Okay. Some and substance. Hola. Hola to you too. Thanks for being here. Love how you do your magic without all the high-end stuff using everyday tools. Yeah, if you don't need a lot. I mean, to do what I'm doing, I should make this clear too. I'm not a professional furniture restorer. I don't have a professional shop, and I don't have people bringing me stuff every day to refinish. But for what I do, I'm kind of a professional amateur, and I don't need a lot of tools. I All I need is just like any kind of a blade, a sharp blade that I can use for scraping and cutting, um, some sandpaper, and I don't know. There's some kind of extracurricular things that I use once in a while. Like I use a soldering iron sometimes to steam out small dents or dings, and you can also use a clothes iron for that, a big iron. But the soldering iron, you can kind of just get a little more uh, exact with that. So I use that. I mean, and that's cheap. Um, what else? Um, I'm drawing a blank. There's really not. You really don't need a lot, a lot of stuff, a lot of tools to do what I do. Like I said, I do have a cheap table saw which I use maybe once or twice a year. I have a chop saw, a miter saw, which I also use once or twice a year. No, you really don't need a lot. Um, how about a kitchen cabinet refinish? I do have kitchen cabinets that could use a refinish, but I don't know if that's something I feel like taking on. That's a lot of work. Um, I have considered it though, because I do have cabinets that could use a refinish. I'll think about it. People really enjoy watching furniture videos on Facebook, and it pays out. Yeah, I have videos on my Facebook page, and it is monetized, and I've gotten some money from it, but very little for thousands and thousands or hundreds and thousands or millions, maybe. I'm not sure. I've lost track. But yeah, I don't know. I throw something up there every once in a while. I just don't like Facebook in general, and I'm just my heart's not really into that. I do put stuff up there occasionally. Um, an an accumulation of shorts will eventually draw people to your channel. I have lots of shorts on my channel. Let me take a look here. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my phone because I'm curious how what I have on there as far as shorts. Let's see. I need my glasses. Oh, there goes the mic. Hold on. Sorry. Let's see. So I have a whole bunch of shorts. I have one that has 2 million views, one that has 2.2 million views, and I don't know, 100,000 views, 80,000 views, so on and so forth. And it's really done nothing for my channel. Uh, I mean, I've made some money off it. That's nice, but I have gained, let's see, like this short that has 2.2 million views. I gained 11,000 views. I mean, I gained 11,000 subscribers from that, which you'd think would be good. But I've checked the stats, and my views did not go up any bit, not even a tiny bit, after I gained those 11,000 subscribers. So I feel like they're just watching the video, hitting subscribe, and then leaving and never seeing another video again. I'm sure they don't have their notifications turned on. They haven't clicked the bell thing. So I don't know if shorts really help anything. They help YouTube, I'm sure. They're probably making pretty good money off that. Um, let's see how long. Been on for 50 minutes. This is actually a lot longer than I thought I'd be on. I honestly wasn't sure if anybody would show up, but thank you for coming. But let me see if I can answer some more questions here. Um, I love the way you photograph the furniture at the end, especially seeing people in the background going about their day. Thank you. And I think the people in the background, you're probably referring to my older videos when I was at my previous house. And that house was in Northeast Minneapolis, and it was right across the street from the Casket Arts building, which used to be a casket factory. It actually was a casket factory when I moved into that house in, I think, 2005. And then it became all artist studios. So there were a lot of people coming and going all day. And I always like to get people in the background of my shots because I'd work in my driveway. And then in the background would be the Casket Arts building and people coming in and out, and also just people walking up and down my street on the sidewalk. And that was always nice. So I do kind of miss that. Um, and sometimes I wonder, oh, maybe that's why my views have gone down. People want to see that again. But then I look at the numbers and they actually started going down before I even left that house. So let's see here. I will watch whatever you do. I love your videos. Variety is fun. Thank you. Jamie Cormier. Sorry. Thank you. Maybe a video of a documented road trip to a different place, looking for hidden gems once in a while. I think that would be cool. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd like to do that. Kind of on that same note, I already have 2 videos where that I filmed that I haven't edited them yet, and where I went to people's houses, or I went to someone's house, and I because they had a piece of furniture for me to work on, and then I kind of talked to them about it. And I took it home and worked on it and returned it to them. And I was going to do a start kind of a new thing where I'd be on the road, try to shake things up a little bit. And I filmed them, and I just haven't gotten to editing them. It's probably been a few years since I did the first one, and I kind of I don't know. I think I lost the drive to do it because I just wasn't sure if that would help my views or hurt my views. But maybe I should try it because I've already filmed it. So most of the work is done already. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess it can't hurt at this point. Can't hurt my channel. It's already already not doing very well. So maybe I'll do that. Um, let's see. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to find my place again in the comments. I just wanted to say thanks for the vids. You're welcome. Jay, no, I know better than you. 6260. Um, does commenting on a video help? I think so. That's what they say. Seems like any kind of interaction on the video helps. There's something new called a hype button, I think. I haven't really read into exactly how it works, but there's some kind of a function on YouTube where you can hype videos. Um, so if you want to try doing that, that should hopefully help. Um, Greetings from Minneapolis. It's been a while since Punta Cana. Congrats on 10 years. Morgan, wait a minute, Morgan Daniel. Uh, I think I know. Yeah, I know who that is. Thank you. Is it Morgan Daniel or Morgan N. Daniel? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But thank you. Yes, Punta Cana was great. Um, let's see. I hate shorts. Won't watch them, but YouTube still pushes on me. Yeah, I that's understandable. Some people don't like shorts. I usually I don't do a lot of shorts because it's just doesn't seem any point in it. But if I do, it's usually just because I already have the video, the long form video done. So I think, well, and I have an Instagram page, channel, whatever, too. So I put videos up there once in a while. And if I've already edited that short video for Instagram, I'll sometimes throw it on shorts, YouTube shorts, just see what happens. Um, Thank you, Angela Ballard. Thanks for being here. If somebody hasn't already suggested it, if you enjoy reading aloud, you might make short, regular bedtime story videos of you reading something quiet and reflective, no script needed. I've gotten that comment a lot, along with the audiobook comment. And yeah, I've considered it. Who knows? Maybe one of these days. Um, Peoria, Illinois. Wait a minute, where that? Sorry, I was reading a comment and it just flew by. Peoria, Illinois is MCM land. I'll have to make a trip to Peoria, Illinois. Um, I'm glad you do not paint perfectly good furniture, especially in some ghastly color. I know people have strong feelings about painting furniture, and I don't paint much. Maybe once or twice I have, probably not in any of my videos. But I actually just got a piece, a Haywood Wakefield, little like I don't know what to call it. It's sort of an end table, but it's like got three levels. I don't know if it's a plant stand or something, but it's really cool. I got it on Facebook, really cheap, and somebody painted it already. And this is something you can see on my Patreon page because I did a short video on it on my Patreon page just yesterday. But somebody painted it blue, and I'm trying to get the paint off, but it's really tough to get out of the green. The Haywood Wakefield stuff, it's birch, and something about that birch, the grain really loves to hang on to paint, and I don't know if I'll be able to get all the paint out. So that's actually a an instance where I might paint it again because it's 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 like its fate has been sealed. Once somebody painted it once, getting that paint out, it may not be possible. So I might have to repaint it. But in general, I don't do much painting. What's the best way to conceal scratches from messing up with the scraper? Um, hmm, it's tough. Sometimes there's a technique you've probably seen me do and other people do with dents where you can steam the dent out. You spray some water on it, put a wet cloth over it, get a hot iron, and just steam it. And it usually makes the fibers swell up. It doesn't work that well with scratches though, because um, the wood fibers haven't really been pushed down in a scratch; they've been cut. But it might help to disguise it a little bit if you just kind of swell up all those fibers in that area. It might help to conceal the scratch a little bit. Um, and it depends on if the scratch is going across the grain, that's really tough to conceal. If it's going with the grain, that's once you put finish on it, you might find that it's not really visible. But if the steaming doesn't help, then probably the best way is to touch it up with some kind of paint or like a little fine tipped marker. I go to art supply stores and get little fine tip markers in all different colors and use those sometimes to touch up scratches. Because the scratch usually shows up as a dark line. Um, so if you find a lighter color pen, you can sometimes conceal it, either that or even some kind of paint. So that's what I'd try for that. Um, let's see. Do, 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 do. YouTube is managing their platform to benefit YouTube. I heard similar from Angie at Transcend Furniture. Said her income is a third of what it was, say, 2 years ago. You could go crazy trying to outfox YouTube. Yes, it's true. And by the way, Angie at Transcend Furniture is great. You should check out her channel. But yeah, you can go crazy trying to outfox YouTube. It's kind of like trying to make a living as a gambler. There's a certain amount of skill involved. So this is advice for anybody looking to get into YouTube to make money. There's a certain amount of skill involved, but there's also a whole lot of chance, a whole lot of luck, and you never know what the dealer is holding. You never know what YouTube is doing or is planning on doing. So, and that's why I'd love to build a community on Patreon because it's completely separate from YouTube, and it's just people there that are signing up because they like what I do and they want to see it. So, um, what is your plan if you stop recording videos? Well, first, I'd say I probably won't ever completely stop recording videos, um, but it would probably be if I chose to do this. It would probably be a lot less often than I've been uploading them, um, and it would probably only be if I find something that I really think would get a lot of views. It would have to be something really cool and different. Um, so So that I just want to say that I probably won't stop completely recording videos, but it might only be like every 2 months or something. I don't know. We'll see. But what I would do is I would try to get more into selling, to refinishing the furniture and selling it, and maybe refinishing for other people too. That seems like the logical next step. Uh, let's see. So I've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. Um, I wonder if maybe I should end it here soon. This is way. Thank you for everybody who's watched and commented. This is this is way more than I expected. I honestly thought it would be maybe one or two people here. So maybe I should do this again. Maybe I'll just become a live stream channel. Uh, no, I don't. That won't happen. But maybe I'll do another live stream because it doesn't really require any work on my end, and it's nice to actually talk to people directly in real time. And I'm sure I have a lot of. There's a lot of stuff I haven't talked about. I wrote down some stuff in case there weren't any questions. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff to talk about that I didn't get to. Um, so let's see. I think let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Okay, one more. Maria Baumgarter looks like. I think she asked, "What's my favorite wood and style?" Okay, let's see. Maybe this will be my last question. My favorite wood is probably walnut, at least as far as furniture goes, and style. Um, I think it would be. Well, I should specify it. My favorite style for restoration work would be mid-century modern. Just because one, I like how it looks, and it's probably the easiest style of furniture out there to refinish because it's mostly clean, flat surfaces. There's not a lot of intricate stuff going on. It's not a lot of carvings or anything like that you have to pick finish out of. Um, and also, I would say it's the most popular style of furniture with everybody these days. Um, so if I'm making a video and if I'm trying to sell it, I want it to be a style of furniture that's people want to see or want to buy, and that's pretty much mid-century modern these days. There are other style of furniture that I like. It's not like I only like mid-century modern, but for making videos and for restoration, it just kind of checks all the boxes. And so that also asked my favorite wood, and I said walnut. And most of the mid-century modern stuff that I do is walnut. So it all works together. Uh, okay, I said I was going to go, but see, how's your kitty cat? That's applesauce. She's good. I considered bringing her in here, but she wouldn't cooperate. She does what she wants. Um, Set up an Amazon wish list. Sorry, here I said I was going to end, and I got some more questions here. I guess I could. I know a lot of people do that. I'm just not crazy about Amazon. I don't think they need any more money. So I did actually sign up, I think a while ago for like the Amazon, I forget what they call it, um, where you can put links for products, and if people click the link and buy it, you get a small cut. I signed up for that a while ago and I just never even pursued it. Um, but yeah, that wish list thing, I've seen those, but I've yet to do it. Um, Thank you, Travis Johnson. Yeah, affiliate links. That's what it is. Thank you. Yes, applesauce is my cat's name. She's been in a few videos from the past 2, maybe 2-ish years since we've had her. All right, I should go. Uh, Thanks everybody for coming, and please, if you want to, go ahead and watch some of my videos. Um, and yeah, maybe I'll do another one of these live streams. So thanks everybody for coming by.